just looking through some grants programs on the net. God, there's a lot of grants programs out there these days. Yeah, well, I'll give you a bit of a hand with how to write them, because it's a really valuable source of income that we can tap into for our sporting clubs or not-for-profits or community groups. So, yeah, I'll give you some tips on what we can look at. So, as always, we're going to look at 5 different things with writing grants. So the first one is looking at the guidelines. Understanding exactly what the program is about. Who is eligible? What's eligible? What types of projects you can apply for? What might be a priority project? So if we're looking at volunteer training, that might be a higher priority compared to a long-term plan, okay, or running a come and try event. Whatever the guidelines will tell you exactly what the program is about, what the program wants to achieve, the people that are providing the program, what they want to achieve, what sort of budget they've got. Okay, so if it's a $2 million budget, that might sound wonderful. Okay, but if we break $2 million down into $5,000 projects, and that's going across a whole country, okay, that doesn't equate to many projects being successful. So it's important to look at the guidelines, understand what it's about. If you're not sure, there's always a phone number on there that you can ring and get more advice. The second thing that you need to look at, and this probably comes a little bit before when a program is actually released, is your preparation and planning for whatever you want to do, okay? Particularly if you're looking at a facility project where you need to have quotes and designs and tenders and land tenure, any sort of approvals, all these sorts of things already in place so that you can put them into your application, okay? Quotes, dealing with councils or different government agencies to get approvals can take quite a bit of time, so we need to make sure that we're prepared and planned so that when the grant application opens, okay, we're ready, we've got all the equipment, all the documents, put it straight into the application. The third thing that we need to look at is always going to be showing the need and the benefit of our project. Because let's face it, if whoever is assessing your application isn't fully convinced that you need the money to do this project, or that there aren't all these benefits associated with your project, then they're unlikely to give you the money. So put together a good case, a good argument for why you need it, okay? And have some things to back that up. So whether that's a 5-year strategic or development plan, to show an excerpt out of that is a wonderful way of showing a need for a project, because it's been identified in a planning process, and that's really important. Or it might be letters of support, or it might be support from different areas or different sports that might be able to link in with your project. If it's a facility, different sports or community groups or schools that can use your facility, all sorts of different things. Okay, so the need and the benefits, really, really work hard on showing that. The fourth thing is really important. We need to have some supporting evidence to show that what you're saying, so what you're saying is the project is about, or the cost of the project, or why you need the project, we need some support and some evidence to back that up. So supporting documents, so whether that's designs or quotes or cost estimates, those types of things, or letters of support to show the need, or the excerpt out of the plan like we mentioned before, or survey results, whatever it might be, all these things, okay, we need to be able to attach to our application to say, yep, what I've said is fair income because it's backed up here. Having said that, some applications don't want attachments. Okay, so look at, again, going back to your guidelines in your application form, look at what they are asking, because we don't want to put in a heap of extra documents only to find that they're not going to read them, or it's just going to make it bulky and make it hard for the person to assess it. So look at your guidelines and make sure that, yep, I can put all these documents in, or they're expecting these type of attachments, so make sure I put them in, or they don't want them, make sure I leave them out. Now the fifth thing, although disappointing, we need to face facts that we're not going to get every grant that we apply for. Okay, but what we can do is, if we're not successful, is find out why we weren't successful. Get some feedback so that we can improve on our next application, or we can resubmit that application. Okay, or put it through a different program and make it better. Okay, so although it can be challenging to write applications, and it's disappointing when we miss out. We can learn from it and we can improve for the future. Which actually reminds me of one other point that I didn't mention before, is that with grants writing, let's have one person in our club or our association that does it. Okay, now that person, they can do shift work, or they can be at home with the kids all day. Grants writing is one of the things that you don't have to be somewhere at a specific time to be able to assist your club with. You can do it at any time. You don't have to be dressed up. You could be sitting at a table with no pants on. You could be doing anything. Okay, and you can put a grant together. Okay, so hopefully that's been helpful around grants writing, and I wish you luck writing your next grant.